All right, people, what is going on? Back with another video. We're going to talk about these New York Jets facing our Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons walk away with the victory. Pretty good game, in my opinion. A little bit of ups and downs. Kind of got a little worried, but we're just going to talk about that and also going to talk about everything that transpired in this game. I'll give you my thoughts. Let me change this a little bit. There we go. And let's get into this. Welcome to the First and Frame Race channel. I am VF Baller. Over here we talk about the Atlanta Falcons and the Georgia Southern Eagles. My Georgia Southern Eagles made a comeback but fell short, but the Atlanta Falcons kind of salvaged my weekend, and the Braves as well, with a couple of victories. And it's, it feels pretty good right now because the Atlanta Falcons did everything they were supposed to do to win this game. Kind of made it interesting in the fourth quarter with the Jets trying to come back, and we always thought that, okay, Falcons with the same old story. They're going to come through again and just blow this game, and we're going to be talking about another loss. But they went right back downfield, and they scored. Mike Davis runs in for the touchdown, and this was a time I had to go to the store, so I missed about a third of the fourth quarter, a couple of drives. And when I got the notification once I was coming back from the store, it's like, okay, the Falcons actually scored and pulled away. Because at the time when I was about to walk out the door, it was like the Jets just scored and they made it like a 17-20 game or something like that. So I was like, all right, here we go again. And I was surprised that we ended up scoring because the Falcons have not been doing a good job of extending their lead or shutting the door on a defense. They just always found a way to get the other team back in. So I found that really impressive. And I know it's small because other teams say, they do it all the time. But I found it impressive that the Falcons are starting to take a small step of not continuing that bad habit that they have of giving up leads. Let's talk about some stats here. Matt Ryan, he ended up being in the echelon of throwing 5,000 completions. That's awesome. He was 33 of 45, 342, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cordell Patterson was the leading rusher with 54 yards rushing. Mike Davis did have the touchdown. Wayne Gallman only had 1 carry. I don't know why, but I would like to see Wayne Gallman have more touches. Seems like he's an explosive guy, just like Cordell Patterson, maybe somewhat on a smaller scale, but I would like to see him get the ball in space. But nevertheless, Mike Davis had 53 yards rushing. Kyle Pitts, what a day for Kyle Pitts. 9 catches for 119 for 1 touchdown. Breakout game for Kyle Pitts. We knew this was coming. We saw it as soon as we seen him touch the ball back in preseason. We knew what he was capable of, and there we go right there. We see that Kyle Pitts, he managed to get separation, make some great catches, a couple of good catches. One-handed catches toward the sideline was just phenomenal, and him getting space and showing off what he can do. And, that's a very good sign and very good security blanket for Matt Ryan. Look like they can start something there in the games that are coming down the road. Cordell Patterson also had 60 yards receiving. So, like I said, he can do a little bit of everything. Catching, running, even on special teams. He's doing a little bit of everything. Tajay Sharp. I said a lot about Tajay Sharp. I said he's an unused talent. I firmly believe he's an unused talent. Use Tajay Sharp. 4 catches for 53 yards. He did have a drop that was kind of wonky. Didn't like that. But 4 catches for 53 yards, you can't ask for more than that. I love to see that right there. Good, solid game for Tajay Sharp. Hayden Hurst, he had 4 catches for 40 yards. Did have a fumble, even though he had a touchdown. He did have a fumble. Didn't like to see that. And everyone else, Lee Smith, Zacchaeus, Blake, and Mike Davis all had receptions. So you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people catching the ball today out of Matt Ryan's hand. You love to see that. When we get to spread the ball around, Matt Ryan is at his best, and it just shows with the numbers. I don't like to use stats when it comes to Matt Ryan for overall because it's so easy to lean on that and cape for him, but the proof is in the pudding. 33 of 45, 342, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think this is like the second or third game that he hasn't thrown a pick, or he hasn't thrown a pick in like 10 quarters or something like that. What more could you ask for out of a quarterback? On defense, everybody pretty much did okay. They locked everything down when it was needed to. Jalen Hawkins did have an interception, which was negated by Hayden Hurst's fumble. You don't like to see stuff like that. But and nevertheless, we did find a way to get a turnover. Ogundeji had a sack. Good way to come out and come through with your first sack of your career. Good to see that. So it was a handful of firsts today. I think Jalen Hawkins had his first interception of this season. Ogundeji had his first sack. Kyle Pitts had his first touchdown. So everything is, was pointing in the right direction. The Jets tried to make it interesting in the second half, but nevertheless, we end up closing the door on them. Great win overall. It was pretty solid. You couldn't ask any more than that. Outside of the fumble by Hayden Hurst, we pretty much have a perfect game. Like I said, what more could you ask for? Maybe they can build off of this. Maybe you're going to say, oh, it's just the Jets, so it is what it is. All right, well, nobody was saying it was just the Jets when they beat the Titans. Oh, that was just the Titans without Julio. And okay, all right, and so go ahead and make your excuses. That's fine. The NFL is the NFL. These guys are at a high level of competition. And with that being said, it was a really good win. The Falcons come back to the States and play against the Dolphins. And we're going to see what we can do against them because the Dolphins' defense is actually pretty good. Don't know too much about their offense, but the defense is pretty good. So we're going to have our work cut out for us once again, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully, we'll be able to get another W and get this thing rolling. We're like one game away from being at 500. Actually pretty good, but we'll see how that goes. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to. Over here, like I said, I talk about Atlanta Falcons and Georgia Southern football. If you like the content, that'd be great if you subscribe. We're marching towards the 950, trying to get to that 1,000 sub mark. Shout out to everybody at Atlanta Falcons Nation. Those guys do a great job over there. Shout out to Smitty Sports Machine. He does good as well. And I will be back tomorrow, the next day of this recording. Don't know when tomorrow is. Be back with the next day of this recording. We're going to talk a little bit more about Georgia Southern because there's a lot going on there with the loss they had to Troy yesterday. So there's going to be a lot to talk about there. And we're going to be chugging right along to next week for more football. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.